Oh, honey, you won't believe how this all started. Picture this. A quiet, fancy luncheon in Santa Barbara. Gorgeous setting, high-powered guests, and then someone leans in with a whisper that practically echoed around the table. Did you hear? Meghan invited herself again. Yep, that Meghan. Meghan Markle. And baby, that whisper turned into a full-on roar. By the time invites for the ultra-exclusive, globally watched World Women's Relief Gala went out, the buzz was deafening. Meghan had allegedly already made herself co-chair. You read that right, co-chair. And yet, no one had actually asked her. She just inserted herself. Classic Meghan move, right? And then, drumroll please, Angelina Jolie entered the chat. But she didn't tweet. She didn't post. She didn't even raise her voice. She simply said one thing, a quiet, devastating no. And sweetie, that was all it took to unleash an avalanche. Because this wasn't just another glitzy charity event. This was Angelina's baby, a massive, globally broadcast passion project she'd built over years, with trauma survivors, rescue workers, frontline women in war zones, over 20 countries deep. And Meghan, she apparently thought she could just slap her name on it and bask in the spotlight. Oh, but it gets better, or worse if you're Meghan. The tea gets hotter. Page 6 got their hands on the dirt first. Someone close to the event organizers spilled that Meghan's team had already sent over talking points. Not just that, but full-blown staging requests. Before she was even confirmed. Girl, what? It was like they were preparing for a Netflix special, not a humanitarian gala. Social media went wild, and Policy Blunt tweeted, Meghan trying to wedge herself into Angelina's event is peak self-importance. This isn't a PR rebrand, it's war zone relief. Charity Whistle wrote, just talked to someone on the planning committee. Meghan wasn't even invited. She insisted on being listed as co-host. Angelina said, absolutely not. And reportedly, Angelina told her team, this isn't about celebrities. It's about survivors. Let's not make this political. But Meghan, she didn't get the memo. Insiders say she started calling in mutual contacts, dangling offers of personal donations, and even tried to pivot the theme of the night to, wait for it, modern global womanhood, which was basically just code for make Meghan the center of attention. And while Angelina didn't confront her directly, she didn't have to. Her silence screamed. As one insider put it, Angelina didn't need to say a word. Saying nothing was louder than anything she could have said. And that was Meghan's wake-up call. She was finally learning what it looked like to push the wrong woman, one who wasn't afraid to say no, politely, publicly, and permanently.
And just a reminder, every deleted tweet, fake statement, and PR cover-up takes hours to piece together. If you want to help this channel keep going, hit that join button and become a member. We'll keep exposing what they won't.
The fallout gets real. Meghan probably thought this would blow over, just a little headline hiccup. But oh no, sweetheart. Days after Angelina's icy refusal, things took a sharp turn, and not in Meghan's favor. The gala flyer was updated, and the new version, brutal. Top line, hosted by Angelina Jolie. Underneath, a glittering guest list, Amal Clooney, Malala Yousafzai, Kate Blanchett. But Meghan's name? Completely MIA. Sources say Meghan's camp was caught totally off guard. They had already prepped press blurbs, lined up press kits, even scheduled her glam sessions, assuming she'd walk the red carpet. But when she realized she wasn't going to be in the spotlight, guess what she reached for? The sympathy spin. Tabloids suddenly got anonymous tips about how deeply invested Meghan was in war zone relief, how much this cause meant to her. But even fans weren't buying it. Royal Reality Check tweeted, why does Meghan only care about charities when there's a camera? Angelina's been in the trenches. Meghan's been in fittings. Oof. And then came the clip. A resurfaced 2020 podcast interview with Angelina, where she talked about Hollywood's fake activism. She said, so calmly, so gracefully, some people use charity as a mirror. Others use it as a window. The mirror folks, they don't last. People didn't even need to name names. The timing said it all. Damage control in full swing. Then a bombshell twist. A UK outlet published internal emails from the planning team. In one, Meghan's PR rep allegedly wrote, Meghan is willing to co-host, but only if placed ahead of Angelina in the speaking order. She's a duchess after all. You could hear the internet gasp. And boom, by midnight, Meghan vs. Angelina was trending worldwide. Meme culture? Oh, it had a field day. Red carpet comparisons, mock speeches, fake award memes, brutal, hilarious, and everywhere. But the cruelest twist of all, the headlines. Angelina Jolie commended for powerful speech. Meghan Markle missing amidst gala chaos. Meghan's silence didn't read as strength. It looked like strategy, and this time, that strategy completely backfired. The morning after the gala, oh sweetie, Meghan's team went into full panic mode. They raced to get ahead of the headlines, planting a sudden piece in a very Sussex-friendly outlet. The headline: scheduling conflict, Meghan unable to attend gala due to family emergency. Please, as if anyone was buying that. Especially not after Angelina's stylist, of all people, posted a savage little Instagram story. A single sentence, loaded with shade. Grateful for an evening that stayed focused on survivors, not celebrity politics. Boom. No names, just facts. And people felt it. Because Meghan's absence, it didn't come off as respectful. It felt like a retreat. And then, brace yourself, a voice note surfaced. A staffer from one of the gala's sponsors had sent it to a blogger. She said Meghan's camp kept pushing, sending pre-written speeches, asking to preview Angelina's speech, even suggesting changes. One line from that message went instantly viral. They couldn't handle not being first. And just like that, a new meme was born, not the main character. Yower Charity Realness tweeted, Angelina Jolie, 20-plus years of humanitarian work, UN Special Envoy. Meghan Markle wants top billing and to bring Netflix cameras. The entitlement is WILD. And if Meghan thought this PR firestorm would burn out, oh no babe, it ignited instead. Another tweet added fuel to the flames. Angelina didn't just shut the door, she bolted it. Meghan's trying to build a legacy off borrowed activism, and the real leaders are done playing along. From a PR move to a full-on meltdown, the backlash was swift and surgical. Charity board members began distancing themselves. One source allegedly told a journalist, "This was never supposed to be a media circus. The moment a cause becomes a backdrop for someone's brand, it's over." Meghan had hoped to rebrand herself with this one powerful appearance, but now, her name wasn't linked to impact anymore. It was tied to ego. Within days, someone uploaded a brutal compilation titled, When Meghan Made It About Herself, a timeline. It opened with her interrupting an award recipient's speech back in 2022, then a panel she hijacked last minute at a women's summit, then a resurfaced clip of Meghan at a Survivor event in New York, everyone in modest black. She showed up full glam. The video ended in bold white text. Now Angelina said it too. This isn't a coincidence. 6 million views in 24 hours. Comments? Savage. Angelina's no was the industry's polite way of saying, enough. This isn't about your rebrand, it's about actual survivors. When silence speaks louder than any statement. The fallout wasn't just digital. Meghan's real-world support was cracking. Several high-profile celebs, some she's name-dropped in interviews, quietly unfollowed her on social media. Fans noticed. Of course they did. One journalist summed it up in one cutting line. When Angelina Jolie says, "This isn't about you," it's not just rejection. It's a course correction. Oof. Meanwhile, Meghan stayed dead silent. Not a post, not a public word, not even a quote from the Archewell team. And that silence, it roared. Enter the Princess of Contrast. 3 days after the gala debacle, the universe served Meghan another cosmic slap. Kate Middleton, yes, Princess Catherine herself, was set to deliver a long-awaited UN speech. It had been planned for months, but now, the media couldn't resist the comparison. A Royal Pulse tweeted, Kate's headed to the UN. Meghan just got snubbed by Angelina. The universe has timing. Media Mindset said, Kate doesn't chase the spotlight. It follows her. Meghan still hasn't figured that out. The vibe shifted. What started as a charity drama was now being painted as a leadership crisis. And Meghan was losing. Then came the smoking gun? Or was it? Out of nowhere, another leak. A supposed internal Archewell email from before the gala. A PR consultant reportedly warned, Angelina is deeply respected. Meghan's presence could seem opportunistic unless it's purely supportive. Meghan's alleged reply? I am the story. That's the point. Mic, drop, gasoline, fire. Twitter had a meltdown. Was it real? No one could confirm. But that didn't matter. The court of public opinion had already made its ruling. Even her defenders started falling back. One morning show panelist sighed. It's not that Meghan can't lead. It's that she keeps trying to center herself in causes that were never about her. And you guessed it. That clip went viral too. Angelina's camp? Crickets. Classy crickets. Angelina didn't say a word. Not one. No denial, no damage control, no press pushback. Because in Hollywood, that is the statement. And then came the cruelest hit yet. An intern on the gala planning team took to X, Twitter, and posted this bombshell. Y'all have no idea how many people dropped out once Meghan's team tried to rebrand the event. She wanted banners with her logo, wanted the intro video to be about her past speeches. Angelina wasn't rude. She just said no. Mic. On. Floor. That tweet exploded as Civic T tweeted, she thought it was her comeback. Angelina reminded everyone what grace looks like. The narrative shifts, and it's not in Meghan's favor. At this point, the story wasn't about an event anymore. It was about a pattern. Too many leaks, too many witnesses, too many receipts. Meghan had walked into this expecting applause. What she got instead? Exposure. And behind the scenes, her team was in absolute shambles. Emails being recalled, PR statements drafted and tossed, full-blown damage control. But the internet wasn't waiting. Reddit, TikTok, podcasts, everyone had a take. One royal commentator said, Meghan doesn't want to support a cause. She wants to own the moment. But Angelina's quiet no was enough to break that illusion. And then came the final KO. The tweet that sealed the narrative. Angelina didn't humiliate Meghan. Meghan did that all by herself. The ghosts of PR moves past. Suddenly, old clips were being dug up. Meghan at past charity events, long speeches that dwarfed the cause, photo ops that looked suspiciously staged, interviews where she subtly shifted the narrative back to herself. One user created a thread. 10 times Meghan made it about herself, even at charity events. It blew up overnight. The top comment? She doesn't want to uplift. She wants to be worshipped. And the worst part? Crickets. From Meghan, from Harry, from the Archewell team. Just nothing. As one journalist said, the world was screaming, but Meghan had nothing left to say. The final blow, the Duchess of social impact. Seriously? Just when it felt like the storm might pass, a final jaw-dropping leak hit the press. According to a source tied to the event, Meghan had requested to be introduced at the gala as the Duchess of Social Impact. Yes, really. The host flat out refused, because the event wasn't about royalty, or branding, or cute titles. It was about war, about refugees, about survivors. Real, painful human stories. That headline? It blew up. Exclusive. Meghan demanded custom title at gala. Was denied by organizers. The reactions? Merciless. She asked for a crown at a refugee fundraiser. You can't make this up. Even Hollywood insiders began comparing this flop to the biggest PR fails in celebrity history. And one podcast host nailed the mood. This isn't just about ego. It's about hijacking spaces that don't belong to you. Meghan thought she could turn humanitarian work into a photo shoot, but Angelina saw right through it and said no. The quiet that spoke volumes. Even Meghan's usual allies were backing away. Influencers deleted old speeches. A-listers who once reposted her content, radio silence. The tide had turned. Meghan wasn't the misunderstood outsider anymore. She was now the architect of her own unraveling. And just when the noise started to die down, Angelina delivered one final message. Silent, devastating. She posted a photo on her foundation's Instagram. Black and white, no glam, no entourage. Just her sitting on the ground in a makeshift classroom, surrounded by refugee children. The caption, "It's not about us." That one post did more damage than 1,000 tweets. Media snark summed it up best. She didn't say Meghan's name, but wow, did she speak volumes. CNN ran with it. The power of restraint. How Angelina Jolie silenced the narrative without saying a word. Even a live stream clip went viral. The exact moment Meghan was turned away, Angelina was backstage comforting a young woman from Syria. No cameras, no handlers, just her, present, real. The authenticity Meghan had been chasing, Angelina had it in spades, and she didn't have to sell it. By July 15th, sources claimed Meghan had pulled out of 2 upcoming appearances, and behind closed doors, morale inside her team was at rock bottom. Angelina never said a word. She didn't need to. Meghan, for the first time in years, she wasn't just rejected. She was publicly, definitively, and unmistakably shut out.